But until then,
Helldivers it is.
they're dead to me.
Until June 23rd, or whatever the day is.
Oh, for
July.
Elden Ring, yeah.
Playing the shit out of that DLC. I might have to log on before then to make sure that I have... I can't remember where my current character is at. Because I think you need to have... I think you need to at least defeat Moog to do the DLC.
Uh-huh.
So I think I've done it. I just have to double check.
I remember I'm right at the Moog fight where I left off.
Have you beaten him before?
Yeah.
Okay.
Just need to do it.
Was it where you're in your New Game Plus?
No, I made a whole new character.
Oh, gotcha.
Yeah, I think there's like 5 or 6 endings, and I only did one, so I need to go back and do those.
Yeah, I did. I don't know, like 2 or 3, I think. I mean, after like, it just nothing. There will never be a way for me to relive my first playthrough. It was I knew nothing. I never played a Dark Souls game, and I was so in the
Yeah,
dark.
same.
Every single thing about this game to me was a complete mystery. I had no idea. Like I remember.
Just
Like I vividly remember the stress, but I just kept playing. Like it was fun, but I was just dying so much, you know. But I just kept playing,
yeah.
and the feeling of like actually getting better and better and better, like, and then like doing that New Game Plus and going back to those same areas, still as a level 1, but just like fucking people up. I was like, holy shit, do you like actually get good at this game? But I remember,
I remember the
yeah.
very first time thinking, oh, the tree sentinel. Surely this guy won't hurt me.
I just remember, I mean, I remember vividly, like, the whole, like, first couple days I played, because it was so intense, you know? Like, I remember first I went down to the Weeping Peninsula, and I went to that castle. Like, I remember every little detail of me trying to fight that castle, because it was, like, so hard, and I had to try so many different things.
Yeah.
I was, like, scavenging for bones so I could get bone darts, so I could try to, like, pick off all those little, you know, you go into the first courtyard
Oh
of it.
yeah.
Because I couldn't go straight at them, so I was like trying to slowly pick away at them, and then I jump. I just like found a way. It was like that. I love the fact that it was like you had to find a way. It was like whatever way worked for you. That's how you did it. And I didn't know like what the meta was or what the right. I wasn't looking up a bunch of videos. Like I was just kind of like figuring it out. And then for me, it was throwing a bone dart, waiting for the guy to run up, and then jump, slashing him, and then doing it one at a time. And this, you know, you just find your way of doing it, you know, and it's a struggle and it's miserable.
Scratch and claw your way.
You literally, the feeling of like truly having to scratch and claw and just do whatever it takes to get through. And like, yeah, sometimes you do game breaking things. Like I know like a big thing for me early on in the game to level up was I fought one of the what were they called? Like Crusader Knights? No, Crucible Knights. At Stormvale, and I ran away from it, and he fell down. Like I tried to jump onto a platform, and he fell down the platform, and I got the points, and that caused me to like level up a bunch because he was like way overpowered for me. But that just happened kind of on accident, you know. I was like, oh shit, that worked. Like little things like that. Like you just find a way to kind of break through and
like yeah, it rewards you for being creative.
Right, or even if it's accidental, you know.
Yeah. Well. Technically, I guess that counts as creativity.
Yeah, I guess. I mean, I had no idea we'd fall, but I was like, oh, sweet. Hell yes, dude. Because I don't know what it was. Whatever amount of points it was like astronomical for me. And of course, just like the thrill of beating those bosses is like unmatched, dude. It was like heart pounding.
Oh, it's the best feeling ever.
Heart pounding, adrenaline just through the roof, dude.
You've died dozens of times already, and when you finally
succeed. Dude. Yes, when you like for me, the ultimate one was Malekith.
Yeah, that was.
I must have fought him. I must have fought him 250 times. Like it took. I was.
That was a crazy fight.
It's probably in my opinion, the best boss fight of the game. But for me, that was the one that was like, it took so long, dude, and so many tries, just over and over and over again. And it's so punishing, you know. Every time you respawn, you're like all the way down the road. You gotta run up there.
Yep.
You gotta fight phase 1
again. The walk of shame.
The walk of shame, yeah. And then just, oh, dude, over and over and over again. But yeah, when like I remember I beat Malekith. Like I woke up early for some reason, so I started to play a little bit before work. And at like 6:30 in the morning, like 6 in the morning, I kill this guy, and I just was like screaming, dude. I was so I couldn't believe. I'll never forget like my heart pounding when I realized I just had. It was like he was down to one hit, you know, but I was also down to one hit,
Yeah.
so it's just like, oh my god, oh my god, oh my god. And it was like a jumping.
It.
It was a jump attack. I hit him with a jump sword attack. And I was like, ah. When he went
Best.
down, and of course, like the game is so badass. It's other thing. I mean, it was easy for me to. Well, it wasn't easy, but the thing that like made the reason I just kept playing was because I was in love with the game world. It was so beautiful and
It
so
was the
fun to
best.
explore. It was the most like I have not had a game open world experience like that since Skyrim. You know, where you just felt like you're so excited to explore every little thing. And it was badass, dude. Like you kill Malekith, and he's just like, I love his final line, dude. Like, and I didn't know it because I didn't watch it, so I'm hearing it for the first time. It's just like, what he says, he's like, "Why doth thou covet destined death?" And his like dying breath, he's like, "To kill what?"
It's
I was
so
like,
hard.
I'm like, a god, motherfucker! I'm killing a god! And he's just like, he's so dismayed. He's like, "Why would you do this? What are you gonna do with this power?"
Everything.
Everything, dude. I'm gonna set on the throne. There's so many hard lines in this game, dude. I know. When you kill that one guy, the all-knowing, whatever his name is, he's like, I know a mortal man cannot kill a god. And then you go up there and kill a god.
Best.
So you're
The
just
best
like,
game.
you're starting to feel so badass towards the end of the game, you know, like it's such a great feeling of accomplishment to beat Elden Ring. Especially when you've never played any Dark Souls game and you're adjusting to the immense hardship and difficulty of it.
Yeah, that was really like I remember like I had to come back after a few days because I was like, what the fuck am I doing here? I'm just
Yeah.
getting my ass kicked fucking repeatedly every
Yeah,
time.
yeah.
What is this game? I'm glad I stuck with it.
Yeah, I stuck with it, dude, and like I said, it was a weird. I saw a video about there's a video on YouTube. It's actually really good. It's like 20 minutes long. It's like a video about it's something like how Elden Ring saved my life or how Dark Souls saved my life, and it was basically about how, and I guess there's lots of examples of this. Like this guy was like finding like different Reddit posts and 4chan posts about people who kind of overcame their depression because they were playing playing Dark Souls, and it just taught them that they could get better at things, like if they just stuck with it and like were willing to endure the
Yeah,
pain.
I mean it is. That's facts.
It's the only game I've ever played that like actually teaches you self-efficacy, like that self-efficacy is just this feeling of like, oh, I'm capable of like getting better and learning and overcoming. I'm not always gonna be, because the game's so hard. It's like, it's not bullshit, you know what I mean? It's not like most games you level up and that makes everything easier. And you level up a little bit in this game, but that's not why you're getting better. Like you're actually getting better. Like you're getting more skilled.
Yeah, exactly.
And you know, because when you play New Game Plus and you go back to all those areas, it's like you're smoking people, and it's because you're good. Like you've learned how to fight them, and each enemy is completely different, and your skills and all that stuff. Even just like, and that's another aspect of just like figuring out a way, like doing the different loadouts, or not loadouts, like builds, like going back and trying new builds and like experimenting. And just, because like one of my friends, of course this is also Danny Ban, is very on his brand. He was like, I want to do a guts build, I want to do a berserk build, I just want a giant sword and do like the heavy armor thing or whatever. And I was like, all right, dude. And of course that just doesn't work in a situation. But he was like so committed to just doing that. And I was like, bro, you're like, that's the best part of the game, is like how you can't just commit to one play style. Like you have to adapt.
No, you have to adapt.
And like, I loved that. Like I love the fact, like, not only do I have to learn it, I also have to rebuild my character, maybe rebuild weapons and do new armor set and go hunt down that armor and like try to find like the right equipment for the job and the right strategy for it. It's going to be completely different, and I had to push myself out of my comfort zone and like learn a whole new fighting style, a whole new weapons and things to beat one boss,
Yeah, and then it starts all over again.
Yeah, and then exactly, immediately, and then you go and then you have to give up that thing, But like that ability, learning that like that's the stuff, obviously the thing that's the thing that like teaches you like, hey, I can start all over, and I can figure it out again.
Totally reinvent myself.
Anytime I want to. Yeah, and it's true, and it's true in this video game. It's true in life.
Great game. You need to go back and play.